I mean, my thing is for everybody out there who ever in need of help, that's what Deja Brew is there for, not just for the coffee, but we want to create that group where we could have people come in and talk to us like, hey, we need help. Like, fine. There are a lot of people from different culture that are embarrassed to talk about personal situation. We want to open that door to help people.
That was Suraj Sooroojballie, owner of Deja Brew, and this is Epicenter NYC. We connect our communities to news, information, and each other. I'm your host, Amber Castillo. Deja Brew, a new cafe in Richmond Hill, Queens, is quickly becoming a go-to spot for locals. Known for blending Caribbean and Latin American flavors, Deja Brew serves up coffee and fusion dishes in a laid-back space. But more than just a cafe, Deja Brew is also about community, supporting local artists, giving back to schools, helping fellow immigrants, and creating a welcoming space where people can connect. It's a family business with a clear mission, and at the heart of it all is Suraj Sooroojballie. Originally from Guyana, Suraj started Deja Brew with a vision to bring flavors and a sense of belonging to his community. And today, Suraj shares more on his journey of starting Deja Brew, the challenges of running a family business, and how he hopes to give back. Before we jump in, a quick message from our team.
Hi, I'm Mariana from the Epicenter NYC team. Did you know that anxiety, sleep problems, and muscle pain could be symptoms of long COVID? Take the steps needed to protect yourself, your family, and your plants. Get vaccinated against COVID-19. We can help you schedule your appointment and even arrange your ride there. Email us at hello@epicenter-nyc.com or call or text us at 917-818-2690.
Now back to the show. Here's my conversation with Suraj.
My name is Suraj Sooroojballie. I am the owner of Deja Brew, NYC. And also I am the owner of 1040 Pro, an accounting office.
How did you start Deja Brew? What made you start?
The funny thing is, I started the Deja Brew in my country first. And the reason for that, I could not find coffee that I like because I love to drink coffee. So I drive the entire city in my country and I couldn't find coffee. So I found this girl that I met mutually 3 years, prior to that. And I told her if she wants to be partner with me. And she said yes. And that's how Deja Brew started.
Is that like the culture? There's not much of a coffee culture back home?
Correct.
So when you opened, and when did you open the first Deja Brew in Guyana?
January of 2024.
And soon after, then you opened this Deja Brew in Jamaica.
Deja Brew in USA was an idea, okay, but it was never executed because, as you know, rent, it's very expensive. All depends which area you're going. So I was waiting to find a location where I could own it. Once I own it and I design it, I don't need to go back and forth. I want to design it the way I love it and then grow it. So the Deja Brew in New York it was coming, but I just didn't have, everything in New York is a lot more expensive than my country. So my country cost me $80,000 US to pay, and it's very small. It's way smaller than what I have. But that was the most successful business I ever do. So I opened the first week and I never had to spend like a dime out of my pocket.
Wow. So then remind me so you started, again, in the location in Guyana in January 2024. When did you start this one? Because we're still in 2024.
Right. We started this one, September 14th. It was a lot of challenges because I'll be honest with you, in the United States, I never involved in the restaurant business. And my team, which is, Heather, she works for me in my tax office, on my daughter also. And then I also have my Heather, my assistant. She's my assistant daughter. Without them, I would not be able to open Deja Brew in New York.
How did you guys find this location?
I was online. I was just looking for, a building. And I found this building and I really liked it. So when I called the realtor, she's like, oh, it's already in contract. And my partner, well, my best friend, he's my partner in like in real estate stuff. He called me. He's like, tell them we want to see the building. I was like, bro, we can't. They already said that it's already in, contract. So we called the individual and she agreed to show us the building. And my friend said to her, he's a talker. I am not. He would sell you any crap. That's the way he is. And he said to her, what would it take for me to have this building? So the girl said to him that the building is in contract, but the people is having some issues. So my friend said to her, I will pay you whatever you want tomorrow for this building. And she thought we were kidding. And then she was like, you guys are kidding me, right? I said, no, I take my phone, I do a screenshot of my account. I send her, I said, look, go to the owner, tell him if they want to close tomorrow, I close tomorrow. I will go to the bank, get you your cashier check, I'm done. 20 minutes later, she called me and said, okay. So that's how I got lucky with, and that building, I got it pretty cheap too. I paid $750.
Wow. And that's cheap for this area.
Oh, this area, it's 1.2, 1.3. Right now, I could get 1.3 for that building because it's renovated from top to bottom.
So for Deja Brew, what was your, especially, in particular, the New York location, what was your vision for what the space would feel like, would look like?
The whole point for my vision for Deja Brew was for it to be easier word, I should say unwind. That's Heather used that word to capture everything, to unwind, because there is no way in Richmond Hill, and that's how it made me build the aesthetic inside the way I wanted to make you relax. Like when you walk in, it shouldn't be environment for you to be rowdy or just a regular place. Right. So we wanted to open. So now we're creating events like to bring value to society, the reading club. We're going to be having people coming to help kids less fortunate to parents cannot teach them because in my office, I used to have tutoring. And Heather had created a great network with some other people who are willing to get us interns so they could teach kids in society. Some people who are lacking of reading, some people who's lacking of, who cannot speak English. We're trying to do those kind of things.
In Deja Brew?
Yes. There is one topic I want to touch on, which is to help a lot of people who are illegal with the new law, immigration law. If people need help, we want to create something to teach people like you could call in and we can always, if we don't have the resources, we could find resources like that.
So Deja Brew isn't just a space to unwind, like you said. It's also like you're providing these services to the community, especially like folks navigating the legal system as immigrants, homework help. Why do you think there's a need for that?
I'm an accountant, so I deal with a lot of clients, okay? A lot. And I see a lot of stories in this neighborhood. And if you pay attention, there's, like I said, a lot of single parents. And if even they're a married couple and they're illegal, it's hard for them to work and to educate their kids at the same time. Also, the language barrier creates it very hard for some parents to teach a kid or to understand their homework. I used to teach, so I know. I teach math and accounting, so, but it's a very important part because nobody, for the immigrant society, is very hard for their voice to be heard. And I mean, we all wants to make money. I'm not gonna lie to you, but then again, I look at it differently. I look at it that if I could have these people, the low income people always be loyal to you once you provide certain service to them. The rich people, you could see them, but they have money. What makes you think they could come back to you all the time? So you look at it in a different perspective. I make money and you could ask any one of the guys that work, any one of my staff, if they need something and I could do it, it could be no matter what, money, anything, I'll do it for them. And my reason for that, without my staff, I can't make money. So my staff is my family. So if you don't respect them, why would they respect you?
Right. It's like mutual. Yeah.
So that's how I look at things.
I know you said it was like, luck and you found the right place pretty, without really like seeking it out like that. So that sounds like the location itself, like just finding it and securing that was pretty easy. And I know it's only been a month about since you guys opened. What would you say then has been the most challenging part of just like setting up the business or managing it?
There was a lot of miscommunication, like to get things done. But the most challenging part, to be honest with you, was the construction to get his business up and running. My vision I have in my head, and as I was telling people what to do, Amber, it was very frustrating because they were not following the instruction. That's the only challenging part I have. And I'll be honest with you, when I opened the first 2 weeks, to be honest with you, I was feeling a kind of worried because there was no traffic. There was no traffic, and I started to doubt myself. And I was discussing with the team, like, are we doing the right thing? I mean, we have a good place, we have a good menu. What are we doing wrong? My chef, Ron, he's looking at me and he's laughing. He's like, Suraj, you only open 2 weeks. I am telling you, it's going to work. Just give me some time. This is the third, oh, let me see, 15. Yeah, this is actually the fourth week, right? Or last week. This week, Monday, Amber, is the first time I see so much traffic. Now I feel that I'm at ease.
What do you think it was?
Well, I think the people didn't know that there was such a great place in the neighborhood. So I think the word was supposed to get out. We do an influencer. Once she upload that video, people come, but it was not a flow, like a constant flow. You know what I mean? We have a business owner. He owns a fast food restaurant. His family came multiple times, but it was not enough because I'm still spending out of pocket $6,000 a week only on payroll. So I'm down like 30K. So that I was worried. Like, I said, if I continue like this, I'm going broke. This week, however, I never see so many people come. Like it now people love it. Like people just hear about it. I even had the Senator Joseph. He came Wednesday for lunch and he told me, don't worry. He actually told me, don't worry. I have a great spot and it will work.
Can you describe that ambience of it? Like aesthetically, what does it look like in the space?
The whole idea was supposed to be dark. So I did a black and gray, a black wall, because I wanted in the evening when you have the sip of wine, it must be relaxed, dark. Let's say if you have a hard day at work, I want you to just rest back like this. It's like, just sip in your wine.
What's your vision? Like, how do you see this space growing? I know you guys just started. You're like a little baby, but yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, now my vision started to come in together because what I see this week and the people that comes, like we said, my whole thing is to bring value. Money's gonna come. Don't get me wrong. We all in business to make money. I'm 100%. But that business is not my primary source of income. So that's why, I'm not kind of worried. I was, but now I'm feeling a lot better. But the vision for Deja Brew, like I said, is to create a value to society. That's my exact word, quote unquote. I wanted to create that. People could come. We could be learning. We could share information. We could create that moment where people have problems. We could talk to them. We have art. We have artists. We sing our poetry, everything.
And what most gives, my last question is, two parts. What most gives you joy now in this business? I know it can be stressful and you're thinking about that. And then the other one is just like, how does it feel to be a small business owner here in Richmond Hill?
Okay. How it feels now, it feels great that when someone could come and say, I love the aesthetic and the food is great. That's the best. That's the two thing any restaurant owner wants to hear.
So that gives you joy just to hear that.
Yeah, because what's the point if you open a restaurant if you're going to get a bad review? You understand? People are going to come and I will stand up. They don't know I'm the owner. I'm like, hey, thank you for coming. And then I'll and they do say, oh, are you the owner? And then I'm going to like, yes, I just want to know what you experience. I mean, how's the food? How's the customer service? And if you go on our review, people just love it. And I guess it's because in the neighborhood, nobody never trained their staff to be that, you understand, the hospitality part. That makes you happy when somebody come to your business and they love the service, the food, the ambience. Everybody just said they love the place, the ambience, 100%.
Is there anything I didn't ask you wanted to share with folks about your business, about your journey?
I mean, my thing is for everybody out there who ever in need of help or wants, that's what Deja Brew is there for, not just for the coffee, but we want to create that group where we could have people come in and talk to us like, hey, we need help. Like, fine. Okay, I know Amber, she could help you with the referral. Okay, you speak to her. And if you don't know, I'm pretty much sure she's going to find somebody else. So that's what we want to do. We want to encourage people. I'm not sure if you ever experienced, there are a lot of people from different culture that are embarrassed to talk about personal situation. We want to open that door to help people, especially in this society. There's a lot of Latino people scared because they're illegal. They don't know who to talk to. There's a lot of young girls from Pakistan and from India that in their culture, they cannot talk about men. If they're being abused, they shut up and deal with it. That's what we want to open that door, dealing with different culture, network with Indians, Latina, everybody, that people could be comfortable to talk to their own.
Okay. And can you, Suraj, can you just say the address for Deja Brew? Where can folks find you guys?
Deja Brew, it's on 10210 Jamaica Avenue. Okay.
In Richmond Hill.
Richmond Hill, New York.
Awesome.
And the building speaks for itself. You could never miss that building. The design is, it's different. You're going to see it.
And where can folks find you guys on social media?
It's Deja Brew NYC.
And that's on Instagram.
That is on Instagram, but also you have Deja Brew GY, which is Guyana.
Don't get them confused.
And our logo, you cannot miss it. Once you put it up there, you will see our logo pops up with it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Suraj. You can learn more about Deja Brew by following them on Instagram at Deja Brew NYC. We've also added a link in our show notes. And if you know of a local business that you think Epicenter should feature, let us know. Drop us a note at hello@epicenter-nyc.com. That's all for today. Thanks for listening and thanks for supporting us as we do our best to support our community. We couldn't do it without you. For more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to our newsletter at epicenter-nyc.com. Our intro music is All the Pretty Horses by Caravika. You can find more of their music on their website, linked to in our podcast description.